Hi guys, I'm Lauren Ashtyn. Nice to meet you. And I'm doing this video because I want it to be really easy for you guys to have a consultation and for you guys to be able to pick out which piece and which color is best for you. So I kind of want to show you guys, the different techniques that I use to see what proper piece a customer would actually need when I see them in person. It's really hard for me to be able to explain to every single person on an individual basis what they actually need. Although we do offer the free online consultations where you can send us photos of your hair. This is also a way for you guys to kind of be able to listen to my thoughts on how I choose for a person in person if they need a light volume extension, a full volume extension, if they need a luxury length extension for length, or if they maybe need two pieces that are paired together for the end result that they're wanting. So I'm going to kind of walk you through all the different steps that I go through with somebody, and hopefully this will help you guys to narrow down exactly what you need. So let's get started. Alright guys, so let's talk about the three main concerns and questions that customers typically have when they're purchasing our pieces online. So typically you guys have questions about the colors that we have and which color that you guys need, the cost of the pieces, and which is the correct piece that you need. So let's go ahead and address those. First of all, let's address which piece that you need. Alright guys, so let's go through all the different types of pieces that we have, and I'll tell you typically what type of customer would wear what type of piece. So our most popular piece is the same piece that I'm wearing today, which is the 12 to 18 inch full volume extension. This is our longest volume extension that we have and the most coverage. So any of the pieces with this exact base are called the full volume extension. This extension comes in two different lengths. It comes in the 12 to 18 inch length, and it also comes in the 5 to 6 inch length. So if you are wanting really, full hair, or if you have hair loss at all on the top, or maybe you're starting to thin a little bit, but you know that you have alopecia and some more might be coming out, or maybe you have a spot with alopecia that's over here, you're going to definitely need the full volume extension to have enough coverage on the top to be able to blend in with your own hair. I have a lot of clients that go on the website and don't do an online consultation with us, which is another reason that I'm doing this video, is because a lot of times people buy the 5 to 6 volume extension, full volume extension, because it is less cost than the 12 to 18 inch. However, you cannot wear the 5 to 6 full volume extension unless you have hair that's to the nape of your neck, and I usually say ear length or shorter. If you were to put this length of a piece on someone like me, you're going to have a mullet. We do not want a mullet for your hair. So make sure that you have at least, ear length or shorter hair to order any of our 5 to 6 pieces. A lot of people that wear our 12 to 18 inch full volume extension, if they just like, if they have hair similar to mine where they have a medium fine amount of hair, they also can wear the light volume extension. This is our light volume extension, and it's 12 to 16 inches in length. This also comes in 5 to 6 inches, just like this. So you can see the difference. This base is just a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to quite be as long as the other base. This is great for women that have like a shorter bob, mainly like all one length, or if they even have hair like mine but they just don't want quite as much coverage or volume as my hair, or maybe they have a lot of hair but they want to cover up their roots in between a color service. This light volume extension is perfect for that. But we do have a lot of women that will actually go back and forth between both of these pieces, and maybe when they're more dressed up they wear the full volume extension and they throw this on every single day. The full volume extension is also really great for updos and throwing it in a ponytail. I prefer this piece in a ponytail over this one. You can pull them up as high as you want to. You're not going to be able to see the base of the piece or see like any tabs or any weft like you would with other extensions. So the full volume extension to me is the best to be able to pull your hair up if you're purchasing it because you're about to get married or you're going to be in some type of formal event where you're pulling your hair up. The full volume is what I would go with for sure. Now, we do have a lot of clients that want length and volume, and a lot of customers will say, well, I already have a decent amount of hair on the top and I really just want some length. We do have our luxury length extensions, and these do come in two different lengths as well. All of our pieces come in two different lengths. This is the 16 to 18 inch luxury length extension. This is our longest luxury length extension. We can custom make these longer for you guys, up to 22 inches. So if you want something like that where it's a little bit longer, you can request a custom order with us. We also have the 10 to 12 inch length, which is basically the exact length of my own hair that I have now. And then the other piece would hit a little bit further down. Now, if someone has hair just like mine and they want it to just be a little bit fuller at the bottom, they're not wanting a lot of additional length or anything, and they have a decent amount of hair on the top, you can just wear the luxury length extension by itself. So I can wear the 10 to 12 inch luxury length extension by itself. However, if I wanted to wear the 16 to 18 inch luxury length extension, I would typically always want to pair it with our 12 to 18 inch full volume extension. And the reason is because if you have this length of hair and then you're putting an extension that's longer to here, unless the blending is absolutely perfect, it's not gonna look good and it's not gonna blend correctly. You want to make sure that the other part, your hair and the extension, kind of have something covering up over the top of it. So I'm gonna pop a picture up here so you guys can see. If anybody wants to go from short to long, especially somebody with like a pixie haircut or ear length hair, and then they're wanting to go much longer, you definitely have to wear the luxury length extension paired with the full volume extension. You don't ever want to be able to see your hair shorter than the extensions are. There are a lot of tape-in extensions and the NBR extensions, even the clip-in extensions, and people can always see where your hair stops and then the extension is much longer. This is a way to completely ensure that you are not going to be able to see a demarcation line at all, and that way it's seamless and you're not going to be able to see it. If you have any questions about, if you're second guessing yourself after watching this video, all you have to do is take photos and send it in to us. You can do that on Instagram, Facebook, on our email, contact@laurenashtyn.com, and we're happy to tell you if you're choosing the correct piece and color for yourself. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go through all of the colors we have here at the Lauren Ashtyn collection, and I'm going to show you going from darkest to lightest. So here we go. Alright, so first we're going to start with our color Midnight. This is our black shade, and it is a natural black. It's not a blue black. Next we have the color Priscilla, and this is a black shade, but then it also has some auburn highlights in it. So a lot of people that have natural black hair can actually wear this, and it looks like they have a few highlights in their hair. Next we have the color Audrey Balayage. Audrey Balayage is the same as our color Audrey. It has some natural golden highlights in it, and they're very chunky, except for this one has a longer root. So any of our balayage shades have a 3-inch root, whereas our regular colors have a 1-inch root on them. Next is the color Audrey. You guys can see the difference in the Audrey balayage and the regular Audrey, that this one has a 1-inch root and this one has a 3-inch root. Also know that while I'm going through these colors, these pieces have not been freshly blown out. They just came back from our trade show event. These are our hair wall pieces. So this next color is the color Adriana, and she is a beautiful dark golden brown, and she does not have any root color or low lights in there. So this is just one color shade. Alright guys, so next is the color Ella Balayage. You guys can see our regular shade of Ella has not come in yet, but this is the Ella Balayage. Ella Balayage is a natural brown color with some golden highlights in there. It's very pretty, and it has a money piece in the front. Next is the color Mila Balayage, and you can see the difference between Ella and Mila. Just a little bit different, not very different, but you still needed a shade that was in between the two. Alright, next is the color Mila. So you can see this one has a smaller root than the Mila Balayage color does. Alright guys, next is the color Sophia, and she does have a slightly darker root and some lowlights in there, but it's not very drastic at all, and it is a golden medium brown shade. Alright, so next is our color Bella, and this is an all over color. Right now it looks a little bit golden, but it's actually more of a natural ash brown. So if you have more of an all natural color that hasn't been colored by your stylist. It's just your God-given color brown. A lot of times this is a great match for you. Next is Victoria Balayage. And this is a really popular shade with women that have a darker brown hair and then have had a balayage done to the bottom of their hair. And this one is almost a little bit of a reddish tone. It's very, very warm, so you can see. All right, next is our color Victoria. So you can see she's very, very warm with the highlights in there. And then you can see it next to the Victoria Balayage too. Next is our color Amber Balayage, and she has a darker root than the Victoria does, and it's not quite as warm as the Victoria is either. So you can see it next to the Victoria. Alright, next is our color Amber. This is the same as Amber Balayage, just with a 1-inch root instead of a 3-inch root. This is a very, very popular color. You can see it next to the Amber Balayage. Next is the color Katniss. This is a very, very popular color with us. This is very similar to the color of Amber, except for this one does not have nearly as dark of a root in it. And here it is next to the Amber. Next we have our red shade, and one of our red shades, and this is the color Nicole. This color is so beautiful. I love this color. It's so shiny, vibrant. And this is it next to the color Katniss. Alright, next is our color Adele. This is another one of our kind of reddish shades. It's more of a strawberry blonde shade. This one is great if you're any lighter than the color Nicole and you need to custom color a red tone. This is a great starting shade for that. And you can see it up next to the Nicole. This is actually the same color as the highlights that are in Nicole. Alright guys, next is our Giselle Balayage. And this is actually the color that I start out with, that I color my piece to. I just add a darker root and some lowlights in there, balayage style. But you can see it has the 3-inch root on it, and I'll show it to you next to the color Adele. Next is our color Giselle. This is a very, very popular blonde shade. She's more of a golden blonde and has some dark golden brown lowlights in there, and this is it next to the Giselle Balayage. You can see the root difference there. Next is our color Elsie Balayage, and this one is just a little bit more ashy than the Giselle is. So if you're going back and forth in between the two, and I'm going to hold up the Giselle color, you can see the tonal difference. This one is a little bit more golden, and this one is a little bit ashier of a tone. This is our color Elsie that only has the 1-inch root on it. This one is a very, very popular shade of blonde, probably one of our most popular shades of blonde. And this is it next to the Balayage Elsie version. Next we have our color Darcy, and this is a much lighter golden blonde, and you can see it does have a root and low lights, but it's not quite as drastic as the Giselle and the Elsie shade. And this is it up next to the color Elsie. Alright guys, next is our color Summer Balayage. Summer and Summer Balayage are very popular colors, especially during the summertime when everybody has their hair highlighted. But you can see this has a 3-inch root on it, and then it's a very light blonde on the bottom. So it's very, very pretty. And this is it next to the color Darcy. So you can see there's a big difference. This one's a little bit ashier and this one's a little bit more golden tone. Next is our color Summer, and this just has the 1-inch root on it. This doesn't have the 3-inch root like the Balayage, so this is a very, very popular color. And here it is next to the Summer Balayage color. Alright, next is our color Maryland. This is a color that's a lot of times custom colored for someone, maybe a custom root, custom low lights. Just a lot of times this one is custom colored, but it's an all over really light golden blonde color. And here it is next to the color Summer. Next is our color Grace. Grace is a beautiful light ash blonde. It's really beautiful. It has a money piece in the front, and people love that. And a lot of times people will add a darker root to this piece. It's a great piece to custom color, but it also matches a lot of women that have always had blonde hair and then are starting to have a few grays grow in. This one is great for them. And I'll show you that next to the color Maryland. Next is the color Wisdom. And Wisdom is it's almost like a grayish, a warm grayish color. So a lot of times when women have had medium brown hair or a little bit darker of a blonde and they have some gray growing in, Wisdom is a great color for that, and it's also a great color to custom color as well. And here it is paired next to the Grace. Next is the color Blanche. Blanche is our lightest blonde shade that's an all over color. This one a lot of times is custom colored if you wanted your piece to be just a smidgen lighter than Summer but have a darker root. You can put a darker root on this. It's a really beautiful starting color, and a lot of times, like I said, this one is custom colored, but you can also wear it by itself if you have an all over platinum color. And here it is next to the color Wisdom. Next is the color Hope. I love the color Hope. It's a beautiful silver gray color. It is gorgeous. This matches a lot of women that have grown their color off of their hair, or the new silver craze that everybody has been going towards. This piece matches people perfect. It's really shiny. It's so pretty. And here it is next to the color Blanche, so you can see the tonal difference. And this is decently ashy, but when it's compared to this one, you can tell it's not nearly as ashy as this. Last but not least is our salt and pepper color, the color Faith. This matches people perfect when they have a salt and pepper color, so it's very, very pretty. And here it is next to the color Hope. All of these colors come in all of our different pieces. Now, if you're looking to purchase a luxury length extension, the luxury length extensions do not come in a balayage version. And the reason for that is they already have a 2-inch root on them, whereas our regular colors have a 1-inch root and the balayage have a 3-inch root. All of the luxury lengths already come with a 2-inch root on them. Unless they're an all over color, then there's no root color on there. So hopefully that helped you guys a lot with all of the different colors.